Hey, yo, guys, how's it going? Tally here, and today I'm going to bring you, like, my favourite fun deck right now. Like, this deck won't fully be legal until Phantom Rage comes out, but I'm going to be honest, like, I just wanted to talk about how much I love this deck. It's Phantom Knight with a slight bit of, like, Burning Abyss. I wouldn't call it PK Fire, but regardless, the deck is insane. Alright, now, you can see my progression throughout this video from kind of not knowing the combos and figuring it out to kind of seeing how the combos work. The deck can set up a bunch of negates. The deck can set up pops on your opponent's turn. It can set up ridiculous, like, turn 2, turn 3 plays where you can OTK with ease with the Phantom Rage support, including the Daddy Arc Rebellion. So guys, let's dive right in, and there is a deck list at the end if you're interested. In game 1 we are up against Gishki Handloop with a little bit of Dogmatica. First, I want to address that that's disgusting and I love it. Anyway, we go first and have enough extenders to manage to get a grand total of 6 monster negates on board, along with a pop for your boy Dark Requiem. And of course our opponent doesn't even try to play through this many points of interaction. God, I love this deck. I love it already. In game 2 we're up against Shinobird, and I'm going to be real, the starting hand was weird here, but the beauty is that it definitely helps us survive a few turns until we can get our engine going, and that's exactly what happens. As soon as we start to build the loop we get some real momentum, and our opponent can see exactly where this is going. I hope you can too, because we're going to destroy them. In game 3 we're up against Dark Magician, and I do love slowing my opponent down by ashing him 2 turns in a row. Then as soon as I got the chance to combo off, I hit that like nobody's business. Yet another person to quit as they just thought of the big boy Dark Requiem. I won't blame them though, we had this one in the bag. In game 4 we're up against ABC. In this one we open a decent hand, but I still wasn't super sure how I wanted to play the deck and didn't fully realise the combo that I'm now in love with, but you'll see that later. What I do appreciate is ranking up and popping on your opponent's turn. Even if I didn't have a lot of negates, the counter trap turns my monsters into negates too. So after breaking my opponent's board, they have no plays and they hit the quit button. Game 5 we open up Double Ash again. You absolutely love to see it, and we're shutting down a little bit of Ultrageist. They try to stop me, but this deck is just too dang good, so they decide to pack it in, hit the quit button too, and take it to the side deck. See, I'm gonna be real, pretty much evenly matched won me this one, but you know what we think about free wins here, baby. In game 7 we're up against Pendulum, and you know Pen best deck? Oh well, we're still taking free wins though. Still up against Pendulum in game 8, and I swear to god this must have been karma. I guess I deserved it. Maybe the Pen is best deck, but I shouldn't have made fun of them anyway. We lost. In game number 9 we were up against Machina, and in this game it's a huge example of why Dark Requiem is in my top 5 favourite monsters of all time. He is just a very good boy, and according to my opponent, incredibly unbalanced too. Again, this is just an absolute steamrolling with one of my most favourites cards ever. We take it. Game 10 sees us up against Invoked Pendulum, and I can safely say I've never seen this before, but what you might see is me still playing weird. I promise I do get better, but I hadn't really used too much of the good boy Arc Rebellion, so I decided he needed some love, and he got the love he deserved in this game. We're up against Orcust in game 11, and I kinda misplayed by not using my cards in the best order, but I have negates, which I still use in the wrong order, and it results them going into Dragoon, but we still have plays. This deck just extends for days, and once we've baited everything, they quit. Good thing they did, or they'd eat another Arc Rebellion to the face. Game 12 we're up against Harpies, and I get to show off the combo I was talking about, ending on a Buster Lock with some extras depending on the hand. Then I act like an idiot and ash a non-once per turn search spell. In the end I do take the win though, and we use Arc Rebellion just to flex. Still a good boy. In game 13 we were up against Sky Strikers, and I could have played this smarter by using the Rusty in the end phase, since I basically lost all my resources, but again this deck after turn 2 is so scary, it's got so much momentum, and it generates huge advantage as we can see. There's a bit of back and forth, but like many things, it ended with Arc Rebellion punching them really hard in the face. still up against Sky Strikers in game 14, and I'm going to be honest, I tried really hard, I waited so long, I got so far, I had the Cosmic Cyclone in my deck, and I just could not draw it before it was too late. Sucks having a monster you can't link off. And for the last game of this video, we're going to take on the tiebreaker against Sky Striker. I'll be real, they did slow me down, but the thing I learned at turn 3 for this deck can be nuts. So even after they've broken the board, I build my board, I get rid of their access code, and I manage to punch them very hard in the face for the win. Okay, so here's the deck list. Again, like there's going to be some tweaking with it, but I've had a lot of fun with it. The deck has some cool one-card combos that are even legal right now, using just Tour Guide to end on a Rusty with the Buster Lock and a Fog Blade, which is pretty nifty. So here we go, we have a couple of BAs, right? I'm keeping it rather tight. Realistically, I just want Farfa for a little bit of monster removal, Skarm, again for like some follow-up plays for turn 2, turn 3, 2 Seer and 2 Graph. These boys are good. These boys really do improve the grind game, and they're a big part of the main combo, which is kind of why I call it a bit of PK Fire, because like the combo does not work without these guys. We also have a Fiendish Rhino Warrior to help us just kind of extend. You grab it off a tour guide, you go ham. We also have for our PKs, we've got a fair few PKs. So we've got the original boys, we've got Ragged Gloves, 2 Cloak, 3 Boots. And for our newbies, we have a free tier skill, which is amazing. I hope it gets a rarity bump in Phantom Rage. We have Raider's Wing, which is okay, and we have 2 Phantom Knights of Stained Greaves, which is a pretty cool extender as well, allowing you to go into easier rank 4 access, which does really help the deck, even though primarily there's a lot of level 3 and rank 3 plays. Now, for our level / rank 3 plays, we also have Psychic Wielder. Again, it's just a cool, kind of combo extender. You know, if you open this plus a PK, like it's full combo. If you open this plus like Tour Guide, it's just backup in case your Tour Guide gets ashed. Speaking of ash, we're running 3 of those, and we're running free Tour Guide because that's absolutely mandatory in this deck. Okay, overall 6 normal summons may be a lot. I can understand why some people would think that, but like, Tour Guide is just good. The only benefit that Tier Scale has over this is because like it gets another level 3 on board, but it has a discard as well. So any of your like Seer or Graph, preferably Graph that's in your hand, or any of your Phantom Knights that are in your hand, become better resources because you've got the discard off a Tier Scale. But Tour Guide's too good not to run it free. And Reinforcement of the Army, just to grab any extra pieces, a Foolish for any extra pieces. The new rank up, which by the way, the OCG have a prismatic version of this that I'm totally picking up, it's so nice. Basically, it's just a better rank up for Phantom Knights. Also free Fog Blades, which has utility as more than just a negate, it's also an extended in the graveyard. So even if you open this plus Tier Scale, like you've got so many resources to play with. We also have a Wing, again just because it's like another sort of like monster reborn, plus its effect isn't that bad, you know, just if it's going to be destroyed you protect a monster, also give it 500 attack. We've got a Shade Brigandine, which is always fun. We've got the new Counter Trap, again, which instead of like, it's got a really unique thing for me, it detaches a material from a Dark Xyz monster, so like it turns your Dark Xyz that don't necessarily interact on your opponent's turn into a counter trap plus a body on board, and then if you've got the rank up plus Rusty, then you can like have the counter trap plus pops, and it's almost Salamangreat-ish. We also have Forbidden Droplet because it's so good going first and second, and Dragon Buster Destruction Sword for the Buster Lock. For our extra deck, we're running 1 Cherubini, 1 Union Carrier, 1 Rusty, 1 Appaloosa. This is a bit of a flex spot. Like you've seen it in the video, we did go into Appaloosa once or twice, but you can change this out for pretty much anything. We've got 2 Breaksword, which is a good boy, 1 Levier, which is more for the grind game later on, a Dante, which is really good again to just get resources in grave, Evil Swarm Nightmare, again, like not always the best shout, but if you're going up against like there's certain decks that just die to having their monsters flip face down. We have Raider's Knight, which again allows you to rank up into Arc Rebellion. We have Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon, Arc Rebellion Xyz Dragon, which is the new boss monster, which is so cool. We have Dark Requiem Xyz Dragon, which is still one of my most favourite cards ever. We have Beatrice, which is really good if you end on a Dante, you can just like Farfa during your opponent's turn for more interruptions. And we have Negalogia AA Zeus, which by the way, again, just disgusting. You can rank up pretty much any Xyz, like you can rank up pretty much any Xyz into him, provided that they've battled that turn, and then it just has mass removal, which is always good. And then the side deck, this is up for debate. I think I've hit all the kind of key points here. You know, Nibiru for the combo decks, Dark Ruler for the combo decks, lots of back row hate, and then again this has also helped for combo decks, and this helps on combo decks. So it's probably the most well-rounded, but I'm only playing it as this expensive because it's online and I don't have budgetary restrictions, so it'd probably be a little different in real life. But side decks really, as I always say, just down to you and what you're up to and what you're playing against. So let's take it to the outro, guys. Guys, that is the video. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you liked the profile, make sure to give it a like. If you loved everything about this video, including the duels, make sure to give it a share and tell everyone you know about Team Tally today. As always, you have been amazing. I have been Tally. I'll catch you later. Bye.